this new ABC News Washington Post poll is, in the words of Steve Busey, huge. I think it's enormous. And of course, how does the media play out this poll? Because they asked on a number of important issues that were thought to be dividing the country: immigration, global warming, gun control, torture, and gay marriage. And of course, even ABC News, who did the poll themselves, look at the numbers and go, well, it's 50-50. In some ways, the country is becoming more liberal, but in other ways, it's becoming more conservative. We're going to call it a draw. Now, I'm going to give you the numbers, and you're going to see that that is not even close to true. This was a crushing defeat for conservative ideology. They are losing, and they are on the run. First, we start with gay marriage. For the first time ever in this poll, and as far as I know in any poll, more people now in the country believe that gay marriage should be legal as opposed to illegal. Not civil unions, gay marriage. This debate is over. As Spike Lee would say, O-V-A-H, over. Look, we had Massachusetts and Connecticut. Today, the Senate of Maine and New Hampshire passed bills saying that gay marriage is going to be okay. We got Iowa. Once we got Iowa, it was all over anyway. And now the first ever poll saying more people in the country believe that gay marriage should be legal. Now, the other amazing part of this, the numbers, of course, are when you break it down into demographics. The oldest demographics in the country are still solidly against gay marriage. When you get to the younger demographics, it's 66% and higher who say, yes, their gay marriage should be perfectly legal. They're not going to win that fight. The reason the numbers only move in one direction is because those people who hold those views are only getting older, and most of the new folks believe that gay marriage is perfectly fine. To give you a sense of how much it has changed, in 2004, only 32% of Americans favored gay marriage. Now it's 49%. In 5 years, that's a huge move. So on that issue, clear win, the country going clearly in a more liberal direction. So then we go to another issue. Marijuana. Okay. Again, the trend is decidedly towards legalizing marijuana. In the late 1990s, 75% of the country says, no, hell no, can't do it. We can't legalize marijuana. Now, that number has gone all the way down to only 52% opposed, 46% in favor. Now, in the end, you say, hey, you know what? Still more people want marijuana to be illegal than legal, but 46-52, we're closing in on them. And when I say we, it's not because I smoke marijuana, it's because this war on drugs is inane. We're not winning it, we're losing it, and smoking marijuana isn't going to make the world blow up, but the gangs who sell it just might. So, again, country moving in a liberal direction. Then we go to global warming, and it's another one that's way over. This isn't even like, hey, gay marriage, we just got over the hump, and we're surging, if you will, towards better and better numbers there. In the global warming debate, we're already there. 75% of the country supports federal controls on the release of greenhouse gases in an effort to reduce global warming. 54% say they strongly favor those. That's a solid chunk of the country. 54% of the country saying through the roof. It gets better. 77% express concern that it's going to impact the cost of things they buy. So wait a minute, you say, hey, that's going to impact your costs. That's going to hurt you, right? No, even in the group of people that said they were very concerned about costs going up, 2/3 of them said, yeah, no, we still need to control it, and I don't care if it costs more. We need to get these greenhouse gases under control. That issue's over. Score one for the liberals. We keep going. Now they say, all right, look, that might be true, but there are some things that are trending in the opposite direction. That's why they're going to call it 50-50. Stricter gun control laws are trending in the opposite direction. For example, in mid-2000, apparently 67% of the country thought we should have stricter gun control. Now that number is down to 51%. Now that's, I agree, is a bad trend, if you ask me, because I think there should be you don't take away the guns, but stricter gun control. In fact, I'm surprised the number was so high in mid-2000s, 67%. Did you get a sense in mid-2000 that that's where the country was at? No, I mean, for the last 8 years, all I've ever heard is gun control is unacceptable, blaring from every media outlet. So I'm surprised the number was ever that high. But okay, but the bottom line is, at this point, still, a majority of the country, 51%, say we should have more gun control, not less gun control. Then we go to the issue of relations with Cuba. 2/3 favor an American diplomatic relations with Cuba, including open trade and travel. 2/3. That issue is done. Score another one for the liberal progressive position. Then we go to the final issue, which is in my mind very disappointing. So I would score it. How many? What do we got? 5-1 overall on torture. It's actually a 6-0 shutout. More people still believe that torture is wrong, but that number's dipping, and it's way too close for my taste. Obama's ban on torture of terrorism suspects in all cases used to have an approval rating of 58% just this January, but now that's down to 49%. It's still higher than the people who think that we should torture, is 49 to 46. So actually, if you're looking at the final score on where the country stands on every single one of these issues, it's a blowout. It's either a slight majority or an overwhelming majority that agrees with a liberal progressive position. Now, of course, the press looks at this and calls it 50-50. How is this in any way 50-50? Now, having said that, like I said, I'm very disappointed in the torture numbers. But the fact that they've just slipped in nearly 10 points in the last 3 months or so, what does that go to show you? There is no opposition. They go on the radio and they go on TV, and how much torture rocks. Fox News talks about, oh, yeah, Dick Cheney has all these memos that they won't release saying how well it worked, and Obama doesn't fight back on that. The Democrats don't fight back effectively on that, and you start to lose parts of the country. I can't believe that we're in a state where it's almost 50-50 on whether we should torture people. I mean, to quote Shep Smith, we're America. We don't effing torture. But I believe those numbers, maybe I'm being optimistic, but I believe those numbers are going to go back to where they should be pretty soon, especially as we see the results of what that torture led to when we see the pictures come out, the new round of pictures, and when we see the homicide that was caused by some of that torture. Now, overall, how do the conservatives recover from this? I mean, they're gaining a little bit of ground on gun control, but they're still losing on that issue, and that's their best issue. They're gaining a little bit of ground on torture. Yeah, go celebrate, right? And they're getting destroyed in everything else. See, this is why part of the reason why Republicans can't win. Almost the whole Republican Party is right now talking about global warming's a hoax. What are you talking about? There's no planet warming. That's just nonsense. You lost 75% of the country. This debate is over. You guys should be in a panic going, no, we're going to fix global warming before you do. They don't get it, man. That's why they're losing. The country's not with them in any way, shape, or form. How does a party that's losing on all these issues hope to ever win? No, they're in bad shape. And if you believe, forget Democrats, Republicans, if you believe in a progressive ideology, the country, hold that. Remember that crap after Obama won? Newsweek ran a cover story about how this is still a center-right country. On what issue? On what issue? In what way? Absolute crap. No, as I was saying, if you believe in progressive ideology, you got to be feeling good right now because the country seems to be completely on your side.